6 lessons I learned from Straight Outta Compton and N.W.A, the movie. That is something I never thought I'd ever be saying in a sentence ever. But just having recently seen the movie Straight Outta Compton, featuring the N.W.A guys, it is one of the best movies I've seen all year. I recommend you see it. It was also 2.5 hours, I believe, and did not feel like it at all. Possibly not taking your children, because there are 1 or 2 swear words. In fact, no, there are 1 or 2 words in between the swear words. But it is what it is. I'm sure you know the music. I didn't know it at all. I obviously know who N.W.A are, but I've never listened to any of the music. Yeah, no surprise there, eh? I actually left school before they were invented. Rap in my day was the Sugar Hill Gang, or Adam and the Ants, or Debbie Harry of Blondie, or yeah, or Gary Bird Experience. Was that the one? Or Grandmaster Flash and Melly Mel. Yeah, bit softer. Hip hop, when it first came around in my day, was slightly different. But anyway, I think there are lessons to be learned from their experience. These guys are definitely not the way you possibly imagine they are if you don't know anything about them. Obviously it's a movie, you don't have to believe everything, but you can certainly believe this. So let's get started. So get your pen and your pad, because this is your weekend challenge. No, you don't have to become a rapper. No, you don't have to play an instrument or be able to sing. This is what I learned, and I think you can possibly learn some of the same things. It's my recommendations. So number 1, be confident in your decisions. In other words, trust your gut. These guys started something new. Not only did they start something new, they started something new again and again and again. We all know Dr. Dre ends up with Beats headphones, something new. You might think headphones were around, but now look, all the sports stars. And the guy sold it for $3 billion to Apple. The most expensive thing Apple have ever bought, I think, still to this day. Pretty cool for a guy out of Compton with not a penny to his name. But they trusted their gut. They wouldn't listen to anyone who said, that won't work, don't do that. Number 2, learn, and learn hard. Now this is something that most of us are guilty of. We're very envious of other people's success. And we don't think we can attain the same because they make it look so easy. However, we only ever see the finished product. We never ever see the prototypes and the practice versions. Now again, Dr. Dre, he was scratching records. Yes, I'm not going to explain to the younger of us what a record is, and I probably got the term wrong, but he was doing that in his bedroom. When he got home, he was doing that, and he was working hard in clubs, and he was testing, and he was learning his craft. There was no school to go to. He had to learn his way. Ice Cube was writing lyrics, writing rhymes. People were laughing at him. He was writing on the bus home. What did you do when you were on the bus home from school? Huh? Or on the bus to school? And when he got there, he was writing them, and he had a book and he just wrote them over and over and over. So when they started their music career, they had a ton. And of course they got better and better. But do you think they were good when he started? So you suddenly see them, wow, successful. You wouldn't have heard of them when they were trying to be successful. Yeah? Okay. Same for all of us, by the way. Understand the numbers. Spoiler alert, they're going to get ripped off by an agent, okay? Most of us in our business avoid finance numbers. I know plenty of people who do, and so it's not surprising. It's very common. We don't know. We think we weren't good at maths or math, at school, we don't get it. We pay an accountant. Do not fall for that. You must understand the numbers. Understand the numbers in the basics. Get your accountant to explain it in a way that makes sense to you until you do understand. Let me remind you, it's your business. It is your money. Why would you trust anyone else to look after it for you? With no accountability, with no understanding. You can be bamboozled, as they were. And that includes contracts, by the way. Someone hands a contract to you, again, spoiler alert, and it's many, many pages and there's a deadline, and you think you don't have time to get a lawyer to read it, but you think it may be important and you don't understand, the chances are that they handed it to you late, knowing that you will think you haven't got time to get a lawyer to read it. Get it read by somebody that understands contracts. In the music industry especially, but it applies to lots. So many people have signed contracts they did not understand, and then later on when it hits the fan, they say, oh, I didn't realize, but you're in it. Too late, lesson learned. Don't learn that lesson the hard way. So it's worth the lawyer fee, by the way. Number 4, know your market and what they want. Now this was important. It goes with number 1, with trust your gut. The N.W.A. guys, they grew up in Compton when everyone else was listening to lovely, lovely music. Like I just said, the Sugar Hill Gang and all that. They knew what their market, what the people in Compton, in LA, the people on the streets wanted, because they were there, they were in it. They had a personal understanding, and that's why they succeeded, because they provided a music style that everyone else told them would not be successful. And today, you've got people from Jay-Z to who knows what, who Eminem, and a ton who have built a business based on what N.W.A. set the path to. Okay, so know your market. Number 5, partner with people with complementary skills to yours. Now this is important. Don't partner with people who are just like you, because what do they bring to the table other than conflict? Because they're just like you, and eventually you're going to figure they're not doing it right. You're good at some stuff and you're not good at other stuff. Find the people that are good at the other stuff so you can concentrate on the stuff you are good at. Now that doesn't just mean within your company, that can mean with partnering in market. If you want to sell products, you can find partners that complement you. So for example, I don't know, I'm in fire safety, so we supply to businesses. I may find someone that is in industrial supplies, industrial cleaning supplies, or, I don't know, janitorial, warehouse supplies, things like that, who don't sell fire safety stuff, but got a similar market. Perhaps we could do a partnership there because we complement each other. Yeah. And they did the same. They had, you know, like Dr. Dre did the music, Eazy-E did the business side of things, not brilliantly, and did a lot of the singing. Then you got DJ Yella and DJ the other bloke, and Ice Cube wrote most of the lyrics. So they all complemented each other. Now they did eventually go their own way, but they were better as a whole, because they fell out and so on. They were better as a whole. Now the final one, number 6, hardest one I'm afraid, hustle. That's the word, hustle. You are maybe thinking it was easy for them, but no, remember I said you only ever see the finished product. When they started playing clubs and bringing new music, how do you think people would get to hear about them if no one had ever heard of that music before? They're not going to go looking for it. They had to play little clubs. They had to hustle. They would stand outside. They would sell cassettes, this is cassettes and records in this day, people way before CDs. They would sell them at their concerts. They would go to record people and try and push their product. They hustled. They looked for clients one at a time. Later on, that became millions. And a lot of money as well. But they started with one client at a time. So don't look at them and say that doesn't apply. They started from nothing. New style, new band, new music, nothing. They reached millions eventually because they hustled. You only ever hear of people when they are successful, and then you think, oh wow, they're successful. You never hear about the early days. People like, you've probably heard of Ed Sheeran. He slept on floors of friends as he played concerts and played gigs all around the UK. He couldn't afford, he slept in his car, I believe. He could not afford anything. He hustled. Look at him now. Yeah, but did you know that? No. So it's the same for you. Hustle, my friend. It's going to work. Anyway, so that's what I learned from the movie. Go see the movie. You might not look at it in the same way that I do, because I'm a marketing person. I love this stuff. But try that weekend challenge. See if some of that can apply to your business, and just think of the way you do things. Otherwise, you have yourself a fantastic weekend, and I'll speak to you on Monday.